How I became a Christian anarchist. I grew up in a house with a focus on Christ. I was saved when I was 10 years old. Um, and I also grew up in a house with a Republican worldview politically. When the movie The Matrix came out, I was in high school, and I felt a strong affinity towards its metaphor, though I didn't fully understand it at the time. A feeling like something really was wrong in the world, both in a political and religious sense, but I didn't know what. When I went to college, I went through a cycle of philosophical thirst for knowledge and awakening, and all the time I relied heavily on God to provide for me in both the spiritual and the physical sense. And when I entered the world on my own a few years later, my worldview had undergone a transformation towards independence as well. For a few years, I energetically endorsed Ron Paul in the libertarian or minarchist position, after learning to think critically about such fundamental issues as rights versus privileges for modern civil liberties activists such as Michael Badnarik, and reading such literature as Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged. I also began researching heavily the Austrian theories of economists such as Mises, Hayek, Friedman, Rothbard, and others. Eventually I began flirting with anarchism, going back and forth between its morality versus practicality. Basically the utilitarianism of statism, though I couldn't verbalize it as such. I finally reconciled the two and am now proud to officially join the likes of great thinkers such as Leo Tolstoy as a Christian anarchist. Though I picked up a great deal of anarchist principles from the modern philosopher Stefan Molyneux, I was always diametrically opposed to his atheism, and believing his core spiritual worldview, that God does not exist, to be in error, and convicted by the Holy Spirit to make use of my understandings, I decided to do what I can to advance the law of liberty for Jesus Christ. I hold a computer science degree from Virginia Tech, and I make websites for a living. I'm a big geek when it comes to computer, political, philosophical, and religious stuff. And every now and then I try to be a bit comical as well. I endorse civil disobedience and an adherence to what is right over the go along to get along mentality, following in the footsteps of great historical men such as Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., and of course the perfect King of Man, Jesus Christ.